Let's pray. Father God, we thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight to do business on behalf of your citizens. Father, let our aspirations that we all have be fulfilled in what we can do.
Hallelujah.
And watch over us, protect all our citizens, for we pray in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of minutes of the April 3rd, 2017. April 3rd and 17th, 2018 council meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from April 3rd, 2018 council meeting.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that we receive approve the minutes of April 3rd, 17th, 2018 council meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Nays have the same right. Approval of the meeting agenda.
I make a motion that we approve the meeting agenda.
I'll second that.
Okay, it's been properly.
I'll second it.
Huh?
Okay, we had 2 seconds.
Okay, it is been properly moved and second that we receive, approve the meeting agenda. All in favor, let me know, sign aye.
Aye.
Nays have the same right, thank you. Okay, report of the standing committees, Ms. Lisa Rock, DDRA.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Council. I'm happy to report that we have had an exceptional turnout for Clean Up Darlington Day, with more than 74 people volunteering their time this Saturday morning to help make Darlington a better place. And some of y'all were out there. Thank you to all of those who came out, including several council members, the Darlington Garden Club for organizing the event, especially Laura Burns and Rhonda Duke Brown, Fitness World Gyms, the Darlington County Courthouse, which had a contingent of folks cleaning up the courthouse grounds, Southeastern Lawn Care, McCraven's Lawn Service, Genesis Healthcare, Out of This World Screen Printing, Palmetto Auto Auction, Walmart for donating the refreshments, Ms. Diane Cohen, the Darlington Police Department and Chief Washington, who painted the parking lot stripes back behind Jules, and everyone else who helped in this effort. In your packet here, I included a full report of the folks who actually signed in. Not everyone signed in. This is not a complete list, but also lists the sponsors. And we do want to definitely say thank you to everyone who participated. If you were not able to help during the cleanup, or you want to see what else you can do, the Great American Cleanup for Darlington County is going to be held Saturday, May 19th, and that's more of a litter pickup event, trash collection. The DDRA's annual golf tournament was held this month, April 18th. It was one of the best to date, with 3 presenting sponsors: Carolina Bank, Darlington Raceway, and Fitness World Gyms. We had 16 teams and an exciting putt-off to break a tie between Duke Energy and Kistler Hardy Funeral Home as the top 2 teams. Duke Energy did end up winning that tie, and it was actually 2 ties. They tied for the 18 holes, then they tied for the first putt-off, and then they had to do a sudden death putt-off. Wilson Senior Care's team came in 3rd. The annual Taste of Darlington was another great success this month. We had lots of fabulous food, we had great weather, we had great turnout, and we had more than 35 tables of food out there. Coming up on May 10th, the DDRA is kicking off our Bricking Downtown Alive free concert series at Liberty Lane and Pearl Street. We'll be blocking off the first block of Pearl Street from Main Street to Dargan to give room for vendors, people to sit and eat, as well as mill about. Johnny Glenn and the Chasers will perform with the Darlington Lions Club staffing the event. Pepsi of Florence and Wilson Senior Care have already committed to assisting with the project as well. We're obviously accepting more sponsors and any help that we can get to keep these concerts going and keep them free. The Bout Time Band of Darlington is going to play on June 14th. Dustin James and Hank Edwards will play on July 12th. We'll have a community karaoke party on August 9th. And then for our final event in the series, on Friday, August 31st, during race week, we'll have Radio Vibe, which is another Darlington group play. The concert committee is obviously interested in securing additional sponsors. Anybody who wants to help in any way with the concert should contact my office. And the DDRA invites businesses to network and learn about our programs and give feedback on future projects at our monthly members breakfast. Ms. Backus was there this month, and several others of you have come. Mr. Sanders has come several times. Our monthly breakfast for members is 8 a.m. Wednesday, May 23rd. Normally we do it on the last Wednesday of the month, but this month, because of Memorial Day, we're going to do it a week early, and we do it at Taki's Diner. Breakfast is provided for member businesses at no charge, and a small donation of $5 towards the meal for non-member businesses. And we continue those meetings through October. And also in your packet is a flyer that went out in the water bills, if you happen to check your water bill, so you can keep those concert dates on your calendar. Any questions? Thank you.
Terry Hobbs, with Darlington Commerce.
Good evening. Oties and Pearls was held on Saturday, April the 21st in the backyard of the South of Pearl. From what I saw and from the reports I have received, I believe everyone in attendance had a great time. We plan on making this event an annual Greater Darlington Chamber of Commerce event. It was a fun evening filled with good friends, food, and music. The Chamber partnered with the Florence Chamber of Commerce on Wednesday, April the 25th for the Administrative Professionals Day Luncheon at the SINT building. The speaker was entertaining, the food delicious, and the door prizes were plentiful. I hope everyone who attended had a great time, and a big thank you to the companies and the municipalities that supported the Chamber at this event. On Thursday, May the 10th, at the Greater Darlington Chamber of Commerce, we are having Open House Darlington. There will be balloons and banners and realtors and bankers and hopefully buyers all over our historic, beautiful town, dreaming the dream we all have. A bustling and thriving downtown with shops and boutiques opening and restaurants overflowing with customers. This initiative is the brainchild of Rhonda Brown, who has worked tirelessly to make this event a success. Beginning at 1 o'clock, we hope to have as many commercial buildings that are vacant open and available for tour. And to date, we have 16 that are going to be on this tour. I got one more today. So we now have 16 that we are going to have open and available for people to look at. And I have to say, for the first time we've ever done that, I think that's pretty remarkable. You know, we're going to have the historical tour during the afternoon, and we're going to wind it up at the chamber with a cocktail type reception. And during that reception, Toyinda Smith will also be at the chamber to do a book signing of her new book, The Handbook to Unleashing Your Potential. And then at 7 o'clock, as Lisa mentioned, we're going to start kick off the season on Liberty Lane. We have marketed this event up and down the eastern seaboard. We've gone from Miami all the way to New York with press releases. So if somebody does not know about it, I don't know why. Every town in South Carolina has gotten a press release. Our phones have been ringing off the hook with people inquiring about it. So I hope people will be plentiful around the town. We do have another ribbon cutting on Wednesday, May the 16th at 11:30 at Papa John's, located at 118 Express Lane. The mayor, city council, and everyone in attendance tonight is invited to take part in welcoming the new owners to Darlington. After the ribbon cutting, everyone will be invited in for some pizza And then I will have a customer code later on next week, and you'll get 50% off pizza that day. And Papa John's contacted me today, and they wanted to know if we had the name of a homeless shelter, which we do not in Darlington. Thankfully, but I wish we had someone, and if anybody knows of anyone or a good place we could send it to, they often have pizzas that people do not pick up, or they have mismade pizzas. And she said what that meant is they put pepperoni on it instead of sausage, and they don't want to throw them away, which is what they have to do. But if we have somewhere that they could take them, maybe every hour.
How about the women's show?
That's a very good idea. That they would like to do that, because it's just a waste, the women's shelter. I mean, that's a great idea. It's just horrible to waste all of that food when it could be put to good use.
I don't know if the shower ministry be open during the summer or not. I know there was no cold nights, but you haven't said anything about
Yeah,
that.
and I told her that during the winter time we've got, warming shelters, but right now we don't have cooling shelters. But I hope everybody comes out to Papa John's at 11:30, gets some free pizza, and I'll get 50% off code so everybody can have good pizza that night for dinner.
May 16th.
Join us at the Greater Darlington Chamber of Commerce on Thursday, May the 17th at noon for Ladies' Day. This is something brand new. We will be hosting Toyinda Smith, who will have her new book there, and Miss Sarah Kelly. She is a Mary Kay representative, and she will be doing many makeovers for the ladies. We'll have a light lunch. She'll be doing many makeovers. She'll be giving away free samples. She's such a sweet lady. She's a member of the chamber, so we're going to be doing that for the ladies. Come, have lunch, just spend your lunch hour. And as always, we're in the planning stages of Freedom Fest, which will be held on June the 30th. The stage is ordered, the band is booked, the rides are ordered, the vendors are on the list, and the new, and I want everybody to hear this, yes, I said new fireworks company has it on their calendar. We're not using the same company we did last year. It looks like we have everything ready for this event. So everybody put the weather in their prayers and mark June the 30th at 5 o'clock on your calendar, and we'll see everybody at the raceway. We have a lot of events coming up with the chamber, which I'm very excited about. So everybody keep it looking at our Facebook page and look for a brand new website for the Darlington Chamber, hopefully next week.
All right.
Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
We
yes.
ready,
My new best friend.
we ready to deliver
All right.
to help you out on your vineyard Freedom Fest. We voted to give you the $15,000 to help.
Yes, ma'am.
Now I don't know what the government gave you this, and I don't know what 15,000 is here not. Might be fine.
If it's not, I think I know where he's
You know where he is.
I can find him tonight.
I'm gonna help you with that, okay?
Thank you.
Hallelujah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Mr. Epps,
Yes, ma'am.
come on down. Come up with the collar.
Thank you, Madam. 4 months, May, June, July, August. Contract comes up in September. I just want to encourage you all to renew it. I think he's been doing a good job. And I just want to publicly say, give him a 2-year contract. Don't give him a 12-month deal. Give him at least 2 years. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Lee Andrews, Recreation.
Got 90 seconds.
got you.
Nothing real serious tonight. I just wanted to come before you and speak a little bit about a baseball league again. And I just want to keep that at the forefront of your minds, just because we got so much bad publicity when we talked about combining everything. And it has been such a good experience with the kids out there. I ain't gonna tell you it's all been roses. It hasn't. There's been some growing pains just because we're right at 500 kids in this program right now.
Right. Huge.
And that's as of, we had 350 when I first, 300 baseball players. We're going to end up with about 350, 360 baseball players after we get the older ones signed up. And after we get the older girls signed up, we'll be close to 200 in that. So it has been a very good thing that has happened. Just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to give you some updates too. We bought some property over by Virgil Wells Stadium, and we are very excited about that. Matter of fact, I cut the grass for the first time this week over there. Had to, after the school district had relinquished it. So guys found out real quick that's a lot of land.
Yes.
So we're excited. We're excited about the pool opening. We're actually entering into a contract with Pool Works. It's a local guy, but they're out of Florence. They're going to actually do the upkeep of the pool and get it ready for us this year. Pool Works out of Florence, South Carolina. Okay. But Randy Weatherford is actually the contact person there. He's from Darlington. And we're looking forward to that. Already had the phones already ringing off the hook about the pool. We've already got some, and Chief Washington says he don't want it back, but I know he does, but he can't have it now. So we're excited. Recreation's heading in the right direction, and we appreciate all y'all's help. So, all right, and we'll talk more about the upcoming complex. I should have some figures for you at the work session in 2 weeks, which is actually 2 weeks from tonight, so be ready for that. I look forward to diving head first into this stuff. So, thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Andrews. Gwen Dixon, PDF.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Thank you for hearing me. This is the second time I've been here, and I don't want you to think I'm a complainer, that's all I do. But I'm here to represent the bus riders, the Darlington bus riders. And we are asking for a little better bus service. I mean, and it's well appreciated, and we as seniors, I know, ride the bus. We depend on the bus, and just before I stopped working, I used to get off at 2 in the afternoon, and due to the bus service, I couldn't get home until 7:30 every night. So we're just asking for a little better service and some weekend service, because a lot of us don't drive anymore, and we are like prisoners on the weekend, you know, if we don't have someone to come and take us. So that's pretty much, unless someone else has something that they want to say, but we definitely would, we appreciate the service, and as many of us ride it as possible. We just would like a little more service. So, and Florence just seems to have all the service, but nobody has service from my understanding on the weekend. So if we could get some help with that, we would love to have it. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. If you said you would like better bus service, do you have some specifics as to what needs to be done with the bus service to make it better?
Well, the time would be great. Well, the first bus, the Dart, is that the Dart or the commuter, leaves at 7 in the morning, and then we don't have another one until 12 in the afternoon, and then 5:30 in the evening, so it's a big gap. You know, the Dart runs every hour, so that's convenient, but the commuter is not convenient at all.
If you could help us out a little bit, maybe getting the group that uses the bus to write these things down
Okay.
and get it to us. And we got a budget workshop Thursday, that may be too quick. We got one on Tuesday, May 15th. At this time of the year, the people from the bus service always show up asking for some contribution, and it would be a good time to talk with them
Okay.
about what might be your needs.
Okay, and then there are some folks that are not seniors that ride, that need the bus in the morning to get to work earlier, like 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And we don't have any bus service that
We
time.
can't control everything they do,
Yeah,
but
well, I thought I
we
just-
can bring them suggestions
Okay,
and try
all
to do
right.
the best we can for our money.
Okay, all right, but you'd like me to get everything written down?
If you would, that'd be easier for us to look at it when they're talking to us, for us to talk to them.
Okay.
What were those times again? It was 7 a.m., 12, and 5:30?
Yes. Anything?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calvin Bird.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Calvin Bird, and I'm a resident at 600 Washington Street. And what the young lady was speaking on, I'm here to back up on it. What we need on Saturday, I'm gonna just bring it out plain truth to you. We need a bus from 9 to 12 on Saturday to do a little shopping. That's all we need on Saturday. Cause like on Sunday, well, the bus, church buses pick us to do. But we need that bus to go shopping on Saturday morning. And, but the service is good, and we have two good drivers.
All right.
We have two good drivers. I wouldn't change them for nothing. And you can depend on them. And they're very helpful. But what the young lady was speaking on, that is the truth. And I'll back up in that. Because I ride that bus every day.
He's listening.
All right.
Yes.
And those drivers.
That's the only thing I have that Saturday morning. Just from 9 to 12, if we can get a bus to run there. That'll give the ladies time enough to go do their little last minute shopping, whatever. Then we satisfied.
What's your name again, sir?
Calvin Bird.
Calvin Bird.
Calvin Bird.
Just remember that bird that flopped in the air. So thank you for listening at that, because she brought out everything that I wanted to say. Thank you.
Vanessa Dunn.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I appreciate y'all taking time out and listening to me. I'm also a rider of the dog band. And as the other two, I would appreciate it if we could get one on Saturday. And the reason one for me is, like with my medicine runs out on a Saturday. And a lot of the time I don't have transportation or family members that would be able to take me there to pick up my medicine from the drugstore. And if it would run those times, between 9 and 12, I can be able to get my medicine on that day. If not, then I have to wait till that Monday to get my pain pills. And I would appreciate it if we could get one going on a Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does Genesis Healthcare pay for that? That bus? Let Genesis Healthcare pays for that bus, they might want to talk with them.
We can't do that.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm around this up in the ballpark. I'm all for the Saturday. So if it hit to the bargaining table, timing, you all will let us know. But as of this far, I'm enjoying the ride because I really need, that's my car.
All right.
The dot bus is my car. And now I have learned to navigate on the bus from Darlington to Bronx.
All right.
And I'm proud of that too.
All right.
So, and I'm here, I round up about Saturday, round it all up, because we have been talking about it. So I'm all for it myself.
All right.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yes, I ride PBRT about every day, and we need a bus on Saturday. I also commute to Florence once a week, and I enjoy the bus service.
All right.
Catherine Douglas.
Hi. Hello. On Saturday, I ride the bus too, even though I have a car. I still ride the bus, because sometimes the car puts you down also. And I am also on medication, and sometimes my car went down, I can't get up there. I have to walk. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes not good to walk with from 505 to the town. So that would be great for the bus on the Saturday, because if you have the bus, you can't go and do what you got to do. And so I pray to God that it will go through, because we really need it.
Thank you. Tommy Douglas.
That's my husband's speaker.
Thank you for your comments. 7 unfinished business, second reading ordinance 2018-7, zoning designation general commercial for 164-10-2-002 North Main Street beside Darlington Amusement Park. At this time, we will open up for anyone from the public here that want to speak. Yes, sir.
Madam Mayor, Councilman, staff, my name is Greg Guger. I'm with Coastal Development Partners. We're the company that has the site under contract. We're looking to develop the parcel as commercial. We are nearing the end of our due diligence. And we do already have an active lease from Dollar General. And so if we can have this approval that we're requesting tonight, they will come. It will bring about 6 to 10 full-time jobs to your community, as well as tax base and about $1 million investment into your community. We were here early tonight, met with some neighbors. I think a couple of them may want to speak tonight, but we've also had some other neighbors that had some questions. And I think we've addressed a lot of their concerns. Talked about fencing, talked about lighting, talked about our security systems to make sure that everything's secure. But I'm here available to answer any questions that anybody may have.
What's your name again, sir?
My name is Greg, and my last name is Googer. It's Googer.
At least 10 full-time jobs.
6 to 10. Yeah. 6 to 10 full-time.
6 to 10. At this time, the citizens living in that area would like to speak? Nobody? Yes,
We
ma'am.
live in the area, but he has already previously answered the questions that we had.
Okay, so
And
you
I did
satisfied with it?
I'm sorry?
You satisfied with what he told you?
Yes, ma'am.
Any more discussion? We'll close that out, but we need to vote on it now. Can I get a motion to vote?
I'll motion that we approve the second reading of ordinance 2018-07- zoning designation general commercial for 164-10-02-002 North Main Street beside Darlington Amusement.
Is there any discussion on it? All in favor of the,
Ms. Reed had a second.
huh?
Ms. Reed had a second.
Ms. Reed had second?
She seconded.
Oh, she second, okay. Any discussion? It's been properly moved and seconded, we do the second reading on the ordinance. All in favor, let the sign aye.
Aye.
Nays have the same right. Motion carried. Okay, we go open the second one up for public hearing. Anybody have anything about that? Anybody have anything about, the second reading of the ordinance 2018-08, zoning change for 700 Orange Street from general residential to basic industrial? Anybody have any comments on that from the public? Close. Now we need to take a vote on it.
I'll motion that we approve the second reading ordinance 2018-08 zoning change for 700 Orange Street from residential government to DI.
Second is industrial.
Okay, any discussion on that? It's been properly moved and seconded that we received the zoning change for 700 Orange Street from general residential to basic industrial. All in favor? Leave it on sign aye.
Aye.
Nays have the same right. Motion carried. Okay, new business. First reading on the ordinance 2018-07-2018-2019 budget approval. Any motion?
I move that we approve the first reading of the ordinance 2018-09, 2018-2019, the budget approval.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes.
Huh?
What budget approval we're doing? We just not in the budget.
What, one we had,
This is just, you get the first reading out of the way. We won't do the second reading until everybody's had a chance to look at every
We'll
department.
just do the first reading so we'd be sure that we can get 2 readings in.
There's some years when we haven't done first reading until the middle of June, and you run into a time crunch. So it's better to go ahead and get the first reading out of the way.
All right, thank you for the explanation.
okay, it's been properly moved and seconded to receive the first reading of the orders on 2018-9, 2018-2019 budget approval. All in favor? Let it know sign aye.
Aye.
The nays have the same right. Motion carries. Okay, B, first reading of the ordinance 2018-10 business license collection. That's an every year thing that we do to collect the business license. Fees for the business, like you got a business, you got to pay.
And there's no changes in the fees, we just have to adopt this every year.
Right.
I make a motion that we approve the first reading ordinance 2018-10 business license collection.
Second.
Any discussion? It's been properly moved and seconded that we receive the first reading of the ordinance for the 2018-10 business license collection. All in favor? Let the number sign aye.
Aye.
Nays have the same right. Motion carries. C, first reading of the order 2018, the tax anticipation note. That's in case we need some money during the year. When the tax money don't come in, so we'll be able to get money.
Mayor and council have adopted this the last 2 years. We haven't had to use it, but it's there in case we need it. It's like an insurance policy.
I make a motion that we approve the first reading ordinance 2018-11 tax anticipation notice.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? It has been properly moved.
Who's the second?
Right.
Right. It's been properly moved and seconded that we do the first reading of the orders 2018-11 tax anticipation note. All in favor of the vote, let it know sign aye. Aye. Nays have the same right. Motion carries. Okay, the first reading of orders 2018-12 tax levy is still at 125 the millage year, so that's what we're voting on tonight, the first reading of it.
Man, we need to table that.
You table that?
Our council member told me at the city council supper last night, they'd like to look at that as a budget work session. In other words, they want to discuss further possibly raising the millage.
Okay.
I got Guys, I'll motion to table.
Okay, what happened?
I'll motion to table the first. I motion to table the first reading of ordinance 2018-12, dash tax levy.
Second.
Okay, so properly motion and second that we table the first reading on the ordinance for the tax levy. All in favor? Aye. Nays have the same right. Okay, the mutual aid agreement, Chief Kevin Washington.
Madam Mayor, Madam Clerk, Mr. Darlington, Attorney Etheridge, members of council, good evening. Everyone else, good evening.
Good evening.
In your packets, you will find a mutual aid agreement. I also took the liberty of also bringing a resolution as well that is a part of this mutual aid agreement. In years past, municipalities and counties specifically were able to do mutual aid agreements, and there was no need at that time for city governments to get involved in it. Well, in 2016, the General Assembly added some changes to that statute, and they have required city governments to vote on all mutual agreements pertaining to the police departments within the state of South Carolina. Now, the sheriff's office is, because the sheriff is an elected official, has the authorization and the authority to enter into any mutual aid agreement with whom he sees fit. But police departments have to get the approval and authority of the mayor and the members of city council prior to entering in to those mutual aid agreements.
Okay.
What we would like to suggest and recommend to council is that we do a resolution and allow in that resolution the ability for us to enter into those mutual aid agreements, but also to give the city manager the ability to approve those mutual aid agreements that the police department enters into. Otherwise, every single mutual aid agreement that we do, we will have to bring back before you all. I've met with the Municipal Association and discussed this. This is pretty much common practice across the state for the city manager or the city administrator to have that authorization, but he can only have it if council gives it to him. Now, what my plans are is to get these mutual aid agreements, obviously, with all of the law enforcement agencies that are within Darlington County, but also the law enforcement agencies who border around the edges of Darlington as well. Once we have obtained all of those mutual aid agreements, we will file them, and I will make sure that we have a copy within my office, and I'll give Mr. Garland a copy as well, and you all will be able to review those copies at any point that you all would like to do so. At this point, I'll answer any questions that you all might have about that. In addition, I'd also like to add that Mr. Etheridge and I have spent a considerable amount of time on both these projects and both of these initiatives, and I'd also like to publicly thank him for his work in assisting me in this endeavor. As you all can tell, the mutual aid agreement by the police department and the sheriff's office is pretty much already done. I just need to get the approval of the council to move forward with it. As it relates to that resolution, I'm not asking for a vote tonight with the resolution. It's for information purposes only. I would suggest that you all take some time, take a look at it, and then at the next council meeting, we can go ahead and, if you all are ready, vote and move forward then.
But, and this is what you normally do. I mean, you enter into agreement with
Yes,
other
ma'am.
agencies.
They changed the law 2 years ago. In the past, you didn't have to do this. The sheriff and the police chief could just, sign these agreements and that would be the end of it. But in 2016, they changed the law. And for police departments, for city police departments, they have to get the authority of the city government in order to enter into those agreements. Now, the sheriff, again, can enter into those agreements without county council's authority because he is an elected official. So he has that authority and that ability to do so. But city police departments, we have to get the approval and authority of city government.
So with this new amendment, anytime there's an agreement, you won't have to come back before council.
That's correct.
It automatically gives you the right to do it.
Well, it will give
Give
the authority to sign on behalf of city council.
Whereas now, every time there's one, you have to come before the council.
Any mutual aid agreement that we do, if we don't approve the resolution the way that it's written, I will have to bring every one of those mutual aid agreements before council. Now, as I said earlier, with this resolution, we have to have the resolution anyway. We're going to have the resolution done anyway before we can even enter into into the mutual aid agreement. That's why Mr. Garland has not signed it as of yet. I've signed it, and Sheriff Chavis has signed it, but it's still not legal because Mr. Garland has not signed it. So, and he can't sign it until we approve this resolution.
I don't see any reason why we would delay this, do you? I mean,
Can I give a little bit of
that's
background?
holding you up.
When I was assistant manager, Jay Cox was chief, he would sign agreements with jurisdictions that didn't really make any sense to me. Like he'd work out something with North Myrtle Beach or Georgetown, and I can see signing something with Chesterfield and Marlboro, because we're contiguous with them, Lawrence, yes. It's just to give another look at it, so in case the chief wants to sign an agreement with ones that are closest good. I agree with everything Chief Washington is saying. I just don't like the idea of not having some type of supervision, and I wanted y'all to understand what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to hide anything from you, but I was not going to sign that until y'all approve it. It's just that simple.
What can we approve tonight?
These can be terminated now. Once a mutual aid agreement.
Either party can terminate it.
At any time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The other part I'd like to add on to what Mr. Garland said, you know, the local agencies within our region, obviously we have those, it's good for us to have those mutual aid agreements with them because we have to work so closely with them. But there are also times that we will be bringing in, you know, narcotics agents from jurisdictions that are nowhere near here. And then they may want to also use our narcotics folks to do, you know, things.
Same theory as rotation of
Stuff. Okay, thank you, Councilman Sears. Stuff, that's right. So there'll also be some, and I explained that to Mr. Garland as well, that there will be some agencies that we will partner with, you know, that are not near here, that will be able to utilize their personnel. They'll want to utilize our personnel in those undercover investigations.
Does this generally result in significant changes in the cost you budget?
No, sir.
Involved with doing this?
If you look at the, in that mutual aid agreement that Sheriff Chavis and I have agreed to, each one of us are going to be responsible for our own personnel and any costs associated with that personnel.
Council members, I'm sure with that, we are going to act on it.
It's nothing new, we always do this.
So let's make a motion. Yes.
Do we have an ordinance to do that, or just the resolution is appropriate?
That's something Kevin and I have been wrestling with. I mean, I was able to do the resolution part, but the ordinance part, that'll be something, you know, that Mr. Etheridge will have to get with you guys about. We're not exactly sure.
We're not exactly sure. We were really just going to bring this to let y'all peruse it. If y'all are that comfortable going ahead, we can get that information in the next day or two. And I think we have something Thursday. I can probably have it to you by then. But this is more, we just want to make sure that y'all are comfortable with it going forward.
Thursday's a work session, you can't really vote.
I mean, again, if we have to put it off till next month, it's okay. I mean, you know, we didn't have one, so another 30 days isn't gonna hurt us.
Yeah, as far as form and all goes, I think in another 30 days to make sure we have everything.
Absolutely. I have no issues with
Our
that.
T's crossed would probably be helpful.
Okay. That's why we have you guys, for you to follow your recommendation.
Okay, we'll, wait till, after we read over and look over the resolution, along with the mutual aid agreement, we'll vote on it on the agenda for next month.
Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you.
Department of Post no actions needed. Council comments, cleanup day on Saturday was great. I participated about the last, I think, 4 or 5 years, and we had a tremendous turnout, like Ms. Rock said, and it was great. Much needed work, all out to Walmart and everything. Purple Fish on 110 West Hampton Street. They are open Monday and Wednesdays from 7:30 to 12:30. Fridays, 6:30 to 9:30, live music.
All right, say that again. What?
The Purple Fish, right beside,
West Hampton Street.
West Hampton Street.
Yeah.
Right beside the,
Tax place.
tax place.
It's got
It's
the
done-
Eiffel Tower in front of it.
Right, it's done by the outreach, of St. Matthew's Church. And like, Reverend Jordan told me this morning, they're not looking for any income. They're not doing it for revenue. They're just doing it to have something for people to come in. And I've heard that, excuse me, the coffee is great. That he does some things there. He does some of the baking there. And it's a cute little list. Regular coffee, $2. You can drink all you want all the 12 o'clock. Regular coffee, $2.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's open, like I said, on Mondays and Wednesdays, 7:30 to 12:30. Fridays, 6:30 to 9:30 with live music. And that's a great thing. He had gave us little menus this morning.
Madam Mayor, I know
Sorry, the council was talking about.
we're going to be getting some figures from Lee Andrews on what we've got going, but I was kind of out of the recreation for a while, but now the grandchildren are coming along, and I happened to be down in Georgetown last week for a softball game at a complex, and you know, we all need something to sort of have in mind to strive for. They have a very nice complex down there with a center building with 4 fields around it, restrooms on the back side of that.
Oh, wow, isn't that nice?
And so these are some ways the dugouts look and the fencing and the backfield and what have you. If you've been to our ball fields lately, they do not compare favorably with what I've seen. So hopefully, as we start working on our recreational complexes, we probably can't do everything, but it would be good to have a vision of what's out there and what's possible as we try to upgrade our facilities and make them suitable for having tournament ball games and such things as that. So those are just some ideas that where other people have done it. And we can, of course, contact industry in the area to see if we can get some sponsorships out of them as well. But I just wanted to bring those to you as to what's being done in other areas.
You said that was in the middle of the field and the dugouts around it.
Yes, ma'am. It's got
Oh, wow, this
It's
is
got the
great.
concession stand, restroom right in the middle of 4 fields,
Okay.
and then nice facilities around it. They got a paved parking area, and you leave the paved parking and walk into the complex. It makes it real nice.
Okay, that looks great. Also, okay, Ken.
Yes, ma'am, I just wanted to remind council, I was asked about a couple things that the kind of warehouse situation, as we expected, it hasn't proceeded as we thought it would. Actually, it's proceeded exactly as we thought it would. We've got another court date, I think, May 16th.
May 16th.
And Judge Stucks will make a decision on it at that time. I anticipate him, again, ruling in our favor. So I think we'll have that problem behind us, at least the problem of them behind us at that point. Additionally, the Siskron Street, what's the other one, Brian? The other property?
Old Farms Highway.
Yeah, we've had some problems with title and also a survey. We're getting that done. It may even close this week. Brian's actually helped me through that process, so thank him. But I hope we'll have a closing on that this week. And the third thing was, y'all asked me about the habitability court over there in Florence. I've talked to those folks, and I should have some information for y'all by next council meeting on fees and that kind of stuff for trash and that kind of stuff. So that's where we're going those three. Of course, anybody needs anything, just call my cell phone.
I would like to say something again. Ms. Rhonda Brown in the Garden Club, they are tremendous. They just doing a marvelous job for I appreciate what she's doing for the city. Her heart is in Darlington, even though she's not from here, but her heart is in Darlington, bringing life to the downtown area. I guess you see, Duke Energy has not did the electrical work for our welcome home sign coming from the Mall Highway, and the one out at the Rising. They're coming in and getting ready to do the electrical work, and then you have lights on it. It's not ready yet. And then we're going someplace else. Right, Ms. Rock?
Yes,
Washington Street, okay?
Genesis Healthcare has agreed to donate and fund the new welcome sign at the Washington Street entrance. If you're coming down the bypass, it's bypass and Washington Street, where the Raceway Inn is located.
What's his name?
Howard Nettles.
Howard Nettles.
Yes.
Very giving person.
He came out on cleanup day as well and brought 7 of his co-workers with him on Saturday.
And they did a marvelous job. You know what? We had several times. They said 8:30, and they said 9 o'clock, and then somebody said something about 8. But when I got to 8:25, most of them had already gone. I said, "What's going on?" They could say the prayer first. They were eager to work. Everybody was eager to work, and every place I've seen looks great. I thank everybody that helped out.
Eagle Scout ceremony.
Okay. Mark and Nancy Matthews and Boy Scout Troop 547 cordially invite you to attend the Eagle Scout Court of Honor for Edmundson Matthews. Sunday, May 6, 2018, 3 p.m., Darlington Presbyterian Church Sanctuary, 311 Pearl Street, Darlington, South Carolina. They have a light reception in the crowd building immediately after following the ceremony.
City of Darlington has more Eagle Scouts than any community in the state, and that goes back at least 80 years.
Okay. He's one of 3 brothers who were all Eagles. Every boy in the family is an Eagle Scout.
Any more comment? Brian, you got a comment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Before we adjourn, Thursday, May 3rd, 6 p.m. budget work session. Tuesday, May 15th, 6 p.m. budget work session, and Tuesday, June 5th, our regular monthly meeting, Darlington City Council. Don't all say it one time for adjournment. Can I get a motion?
So moved.
Got to slow move. Got a second. Okay. All in favor? Aye. Ladies have the same right. You're most likely to come.